What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great edition of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bringing you guys daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here, haven't already subscribed to my channel, stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe. You already know, keep rocking with me. Check out the many links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to fuel this channel. The second link is to shop the official Simone with the Sports, a merch collection. Get you the classy tee, the wavy tee, or the tie-dye crew neck that I've been rocking lately. This crew neck comes in white, black, and green. So shop that before the season. And lastly, guys, turn your notification bells on because you already know the videos are coming like boom, 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 boom. And you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream. But y'all, let's jump into this topic today. You've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. 3 Philadelphia Eagles players that might not be Philadelphia Eagles players once we get to September or once we get to the NFL in-season trade deadline. So these, and we're going to get in each player, and you guys probably already know the players. Like I said, title, thumbnail, you already know. But this doesn't necessarily mean I think the Eagles should trade these players or I want the Eagles to trade these players, but these are potential players that could be traded. So this doesn't necessarily mean I want to see them go or I think they should, but we're going to get into each one. Starting with one of the, well, they're all obvious. One, Isaac Seumalo. Isaac Seumalo, one of our guards, really good guard for us. He's been with the I was about to say the Sixers. He's been with the Eagles for the past 7 years. He's going into his 8th season if he's going to be on the roster. He was one of the guys that were floated around as one of those June 1st cap-saving cuts just because of how much he makes. So he's our 6th highest cap hit. When the season starts, well, now that's after June 1st, yeah. He is the 6th highest cap hit for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's not necessarily that he doesn't deserve that money or he's not worth that money. He very much is. It's just the fact that we have so much depth on the O-line, which is a super blessing for us, but it's a curse kind of for these players because Isaac Seumalo is someone who is a starting guard in this league, but could find himself being a backup just depending on how things go at OTAs and training camps because we have a lot of really good guards. And then we went in and drafted Cam Jurgens. Cam Jurgens, someone who is expected to be a center in the league, but with Jason Kelce still in place, Cam Jurgens could come to camp and battle out for that guard spot. So right now we know Landon Dickerson, our beautiful mountain of a man on the offensive line, has locked down that left guard spot. He was amazing for us coming in as a rookie last season and making such an impact at the left guard position. But the right guard position is the one that's in question. So it's really going to be Jack Driscoll versus Isaac Seumalo at the right guard position. Jack Driscoll is someone who's shown a lot of promise as well. But then since we drafted Cam Jurgens, shoot, y'all, Cam Jurgens might be battling for that right guard position as well. Meaning we could find ourselves in an awkward spot with Isaac Seumalo, who's making so much money. He honestly could end up being a backup making that much money. It just doesn't make that much sense. And plus, you guys know, once we get into training camp and once we get into the beginning of the season, these other teams are going to have injuries across their offensive line and they're going to be looking for a replacement. That's what makes Isaac Seumalo such a tradable piece, is because we have so much depth at that position and there's other teams that lack all that depth. Shout out to Jeff Stoutland, our offensive line coach, who turns these guys into, you know, the greatest at the position. You know, these other teams don't have a Jeff Stoutland. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that luxury. So they don't have that depth on their roster and they don't have that development on their offensive line. So if somebody goes down for one of these other teams, they're going to be looking for a guard. And, you know, we're going to have Isaac Seumalo, who's chirped up, looking good, ready to get traded, get some draft compensation back for him, or honestly get another player, positional need that we need outside of the guard position. So Isaac, like I said, he was someone that was floated around as a June 1st cut. It's obviously June 8th. So he obviously did not get cut. So we didn't get that cap saving, but we could get, you know, something in return for him. It just all depends on really how these OTAs go and training camp. Who is going to be the guy that comes out on top at that right guard position? Because if he gets beat out by Driscoll, or if he gets beat out by Jurgens, not sure if they're having Jurgens compete for the guard spot, or they're just have him sitting and waiting in the cut for Jason Kelce to retire. They're getting reps. So I feel like Jurgens is going to at least compete for a guard spot until he can play center. But like I said, Isaac Seumalo, you know what I'm saying? Best hair on the Eagles, arguably, probably, But shoot, like I said, another team going to be looking for a guard, and Isaac going to be looking right. He's going to be looking right for another team. But like I said, Isaac is, in my opinion, that's just too valuable. I think that's just too much to be having at a backup position. I feel like another team is going to want to make an offer for him if they become in need of a guard for injuries or whatever. So like I said, Isaac has the potential to be on the Eagles for the next 8 whatever years. Like I said, dude is only is so young, and he's good. He's a starting caliber guard, but we'll see what happens at camp. That's our problem. We got too many good offensive linemen, y'all. It's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift for us. It's a curse for the players because, you're a starting caliber player, but we just so much depth, you end up on the second unit. But y'all, let's talk about the next guy, and this is only going to take 0.005 seconds because we all know this. Jalen Reagor. Of course. So Jalen Reagor actually, during the draft, it was rumored around that the Ravens and the Eagles were in talks to send Jalen Reagor to Baltimore in return for Chuck Clark. We know we needed a safety. They needed a wide receiver. They lost Hollywood Brown. Like a thief in the night. They lost Hollywood Brown, and, they was looking for some receivers. And, Jalen Reagor's there. He's still young. A change of pace, a change of scenery, a change of fan base could fare well for him. Like I said, right now, we have so many wide receivers. Jalen Reagor is looking like wide receiver 5 on the roster. And plus, like I said, Michael Clay, our special teams coordinator, was just talking the other day about him being the lead guy again for special teams. So if he does stay on the team, there's a role for him. But if he doesn't, like I said, we can get some picks back or a player back for Jalen Reagor. Like I said, again, injuries could pop up for these other teams at their training camps, at their OTAs once the season starts, and they're in need of a Rega. You know what I'm saying? But lastly, guys, Gardner Minshew. So Gardner Minshew is actually going to be in the final season of his rookie deal this season. Gardner Minshew actually spent 22 games as a starter in his career, and now he's a backup to a much younger guy in Jalen Hurts. And Gardner Minshew, of course, wants to be a starting quarterback in this league. And shoot, that's a video for another day. But I feel like there's 1 or 2 teams. I feel like Gardner Minshew is just as good as the player. I feel like he's just like he could start in as a Texan. He could start over Jared Goff. There's a couple of places where I feel like Gardner Minshew would be just as fine as the starting quarterback in place. But the Eagles love, and as we should, love a high caliber backup quarterback, which is why I feel like we should keep Gardner Minshew in the event that Jalen Hurts gets hurt. Boom, 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 whatever. You guys saw last season, Jalen Hurts wasn't available against the Jets game, and Gardner Minshew came in. Granted, it was the Jets. It should have been an easy game regardless, but Gardner Minshew came in, handled the reins, did what he had to do. And we love a high caliber backup quarterback, but again, like I said, injuries and all that, and other teams are going to be looking at, maybe a backup quarterback or even a starting quarterback, God forbid, if it comes to that for some teams. And I think Gardner Minshew, because he is so young, he does have the starting quarterback experience. Gardner Minshew is someone who is a tradable piece for us as well if we need a player back, if we want to recoup some draft picks. But like I said, I really like having Gardner Minshew as a backup because we know if he has to come in the game, he can come in the game and serve us well. You don't want to have to go, and if we trade Gardner Minshew, then we're down to Reed Sinnett, who I do not want to see, and Carson Strong. Not necessarily Carson Strong isn't good, but he's unproven. And when you have those games in the season and your backup quarterback has to come in, like I said, last season it came down to that, you want to be able to still have a chance to win that game. It shouldn't just be we have no chance because our starting quarterback isn't in. We have no chance because, we're down to our quarterback 2 or quarterback 3. You want to still have a chance with your quarterback 2, and that's something that we would still have with Gardner Minshew, and that's why I'm not really high on trading Gardner Minshew. But I see all these other teams with some Gardner Minshew trade rumors, and I don't like what I saw today on the internet, but it was a lot of Cowboys blogs a lot of Cowboys blogs making Gardner Minshew trade rumors and why the Cowboys should pursue Gardner Minshew. Oh no, baby. You know what I'm saying? We're not giving him to the boys. You know what I'm saying? But I think trade-wise, if I had to rank these guys, of course, Jalen Reagor, he's the most useless. And I say that not in a bad way, but like I said, we have plenty of guys that can do what he did on special teams. We have plenty of wide receivers. Like I said, he's so far back on the depth chart. He is the most useless to us. And then number two, honestly, it's hard between Isaac and Minshew because we do have way more depth at the offensive line than we do have at quarterback. So I guess Isaac will be the second less useful in this situation, just because, like I said, we have so much depth at the guard position. And then Gardner Minshew, I think on this list, Gardner Minshew is the most valuable because behind Gardner Minshew, we have Reese Sinnett and Carson Strong. And I think, obviously, Gardner Minshew is the better of the bunch. But it's going to be hard if we do end up getting rid of Isaac Seumalo. It would definitely be hard to see him go because, like I said, it's, you want to be greedy with these players. Like, we have so much depth on the offensive line. I don't want to give any of that up. We might have our own injuries, and we done traded Isaac Seumalo, and now what we gonna do? We got to reach to the depth in the back of the practice squad. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be greedy, you want to hoard these pieces, but we do have so much depth. I feel like we have so much depth at wide receiver, we have so much depth on the O-line, that if one of those guys have to go, then it is what it is, business. But I think Gardner Minshew is the most valuable to us out of these three. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, keep rocking with me. Check out the links down below. Buy me a coffee to fuel this channel. Shout out to the official Symone with the Sports, our merch collections. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.